Recently, I released a video detailing 16 reasons why Christians should not watch or allow their children to watch Squid Game. And in today's video, we are going to discuss popular YouTubers like Mr. Beast who have recreated Squid Game for their younger audiences and how Christians should react to it. I decided to look at the same 16 concerns I had in my original video and see if it applied to Mr. Beast's version. And just from the outset, I'll tell you this now. All of them, except for 3, did not apply to Mr. Beast's version of Squid Game. But what I will tell you is the last one we're going to cover out of the 3 in today's video was where most of the juice actually was. One of the big concerns I had in my initial video was Squid Game, and it did pop up, and I was wondering how they would actually navigate these waters in the kid-friendly version, if you want to call it that, was how in the first episode in Squid Game, hundreds and hundreds of people were wiped out, were killed and classified as eliminated in the episode. And I said this was a huge problem that adults, let alone young children, shouldn't be necessarily watching. So I didn't honestly think Mr. Beast was now going to create a video and in this game he's going to literally kill people. So that was never on the table. Before I actually watched the video, I actually assumed that he would actually have some sort of like paintball job or something along those lines to just highlight and outline that this person has been hit or eliminated from the game. So I wasn't really surprised in the early parts of his video where when people were eliminated from this same game, they had this device that basically popped and then the individuals would sit down. Now they obviously did play this up all the way throughout the whole video, acting as if they were dying, but multiple times, I think at least 1 or 2 times in the video, he's basically talking about how, look, this doesn't hurt and it's just basically all fun and games. Now I said the last one in today's video has much of the juice, but the second one was a big one which I talked about 2 times in the original Squid Game video I did, and this was about lying through humor. Now, what I found from watching through this video was there was no clear examples of lying that I saw, but there was one example.
If you yell, "Thank you, Brawl Stars," before you throw, I hear you'll flip it.
Thank you, Brawl Stars!
Oh, it worked for him! Oh my God, it's true!
Now, to be completely honest, when I first heard this, I was almost tempted to just leave it off and say, you know what? It don't really matter in the bigger scheme of things, but I thought back to my original video and the points I made in regards to examples of lying in humorous situations and how it just desensitizes us to these sorts of situations. It just shows us just how desensitized we are where we let lying slide in multiple different scenarios. And the fact of the matter is a lie is a lie is a lie. But these are the kind of examples, sadly, that especially on children who are impressionable, they will look at these things and just kind of just look past it, so to speak, and just have it go into their subconscious. And these are the kind of habits they'll pick up going forward from situations like this, which are riddled and covered with humor. Now, I don't know if you caught the last part of that clip, but that segues into the 3rd example out of 16, which appeared in Mr. Beast's version of Squid Game. And I talked about this a few times in the original video about taking the Lord's name or using the Lord's name as a curse word. At the end of the previous clip, you heard somebody say OMG. I'm not one of those people who just says, look, you know what, you can't say oh my God under any circumstances. There are examples in the Bible when people say things like, oh my Lord, or things along those lines because they're in shock or they're in awe of what's ultimately happening. And context, as you know, if you're familiar with my channel, is something that's always big on my videos. So look at this example right here and it will show you more so what I'm talking about. This is at the end of the video where the one individual has ultimately won the game.
Whoa! Yes! Yes! Oh, yes! 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 Oh my God!
So I don't know about you, but a scream for joy and amazement in that scenario, I don't necessarily categorize as the same as someone turning around and using the Lord's name as a curse word so clearly in a profane way as we looked at in the original Squid Game video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Now, there's 6 more examples of stuff like this in Mr. Beast's video, but the last one I think is the most problematic out of all of them. So what we can do now is we can walk through them one by one and let me know what you think in the comment section below. So the first one here is when somebody is basically saying OMG.
Honestly, hey, too, if you're 3 for 3, you might as well keep going. Clearly, you're lucky.
Oh my God. All right.
No pushing, obviously.
Please, come on.
Now, like I said about the whole context thing, this is the kind of example which I would think would be on the lesser side of problematic than some of the extreme ones like we saw in the original Squid Game video. Now, this second one is obviously more of a question mark, and listen to what happens here.
Oh my God.
You see, there's different examples like this all the way throughout the video, like I said, but just for sake of time, let's go to the last one, which I think would probably be the most problematic out of all of these situations. But before I show you this clip, you have to know as well that in the same video, there was a lot of times where it was like, are they saying OMG for oh my God, or are they saying oh my gosh? Because those are two statements which are used prevalently throughout the whole video. But this one, like I said, which is the first example of this kind of situation in the video, and it happened in the first few minutes. Listen to what happens.
Holy crap.
Congratulations on—
So that was not an OMG, that was a completely different direction in that regard. But personally, like I said earlier on in today's video, that would be the most problematic out of all of the OMGs and things along those lines in the particular video. That's what you're going to have to decide as a parent who may let their children watch this sort of video. Ensuring you are alert when watching things is vital. And I talk about how Christians are being hypnotized today and do not even realize it.